Hello and welcome to another episode of KJ Presents an Ultimate UIM Adventure.
In our last episode, we were pursuing the Garden of Tranquility quest in order to get our first seeds for Herblore. We'd just finished the Priests in Peril quest and now enter the dark and desolate region known as Morytania. Hold up. Before I do the Creature of Thinking Strain quest, I need a few items. I need bronze wire and I need the Ghost Salve amulet. So before crossing the River Salve, I need to go back to Lumbridge. That's the copper wire done. And now for the silver bar. And that's all for the bar. So having now prepared, it was now time to start the Creature of Thinking Strain. It was about here where I realised that I'd forgotten the pickled brain from Canifis. I talked to Frankenstein, who wanted me to help him build a creature. I started by searching for the limbs in the haunted woods. It had been a while since I last did this quest, so I was struggling a little bit with this. This area is going to provide me with great training experience later. At this point, I was starting to get worried with my inventory management, having only one slot left available. At this point I needed a furnace, so it was time to return to Lumbridge. I am going to have to get the ectofile at some point. Running between Varrock and Mortmire takes too long. In case you're wondering what this music is, it is Dead Quiet, which is unlocked when you enter Mortmire Swamp. It's at this point that you learn the true history of the castle. It used to belong to a lord who met a very sticky fate when he trusted his physician, but his physician betrayed him to the vampires. Quest complete. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with the Garden of Tranquility quest. Needless to say, the garden goes from this to this. And after what seems like maybe 5 or 6 hours work, this is how the king reacts. Mission accomplished. So using the farming seeds that I got from that quest, I was able to start boosting up my Herblore levels by growing the herbs in these patches here. I'd already gained quite a few farming levels from growing cabbages, but these herbs are something else. My final level in Herblore was 14. That's not a bad start. New day, new quest, and the release of the cow boss. So obviously, I had to do it. The cow boss has two mechanics. It has a charge, and it has a stomp. When it charges, you have to move sideways out of its way. And when it stomps, you have to move backwards out of its way. A good set of mechanics for you to start learning the bossing with. The quest is very straightforward too, although there is a dubious part about it. Some people believe that what you are drinking here is not actually milk. At last, it was time for the boss. Mission accomplished. So the reason why I wanted to do that quest specifically was because I wanted to do something about the headless arrows that I have in my inventory. I don't want to drop them because there are an awful lot of them there. However, in order to smith them, I needed access to a furnace that was easy to teleport to. And so this new amulet, the cowbell, would allow me to teleport to the Lumbridge furnace rather quickly. So I can use Chronicles to teleport to Sapphire, mine an inventory of iron ore, teleport to the Lumbridge cowpen and run across the bridge to smelt them. Then recast the Chronicles teleport and run north in order to smith them at the Varrock Bank. So the last thing I intend to do is to get rid of the Marks of Grace. If I can get it to 40, I can replace my current cape with a graceful cape, which I'll later be able to put into my Clarian's house. That's 40 agility. And that's 40 marks of grace. The cape is definitely the best option. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.